Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at Young Justice Abridged, Episode 7. This is part of the DCAU, and the title is Shades of Red, which means, I hope, more Red Mask, because, he's quickly becoming one of my absolute favorite parts of the Abridged, because he's irreverent, he's crazy, he makes a lot of dumb references that have nothing to do with the series. They're usually, sometimes, breaking the fourth wall, kind of like the Joker did in the last episode referencing Deadpool, which... That's actually probably why I like him. He's basically a Deadpool reference without actually maybe being a Deadpool reference. I still haven't figured out if he came first. It's probably going to be in the comments of the last video. If only I recorded these, after reading the comments. That would probably help a lot. Yeah. You guys know the drill, though. Drill. The word is drill. I can English. No. Link below, original video. You've already hit it up? Great! Let's get started. So we're starting off on Ra's al Ghul. Looks a little older. Or, nope, part of the same set.
I really don't say this often, but my God, did you f*** up this time?
Did you really just come into my house and threaten?
Yeah, he did.
I hate you.
I ran into Jason Todd the other day. Remember him?
Is he dead?
Robin, bit of a temper, and oh yeah, dead.
I'm sure it had nothing to do with Lazarus. Nothing at
Who
all.
do I know that can bring people back? And would want to piss me off this much? Who would benefit from turning one of my sidekicks into a killer and setting him loose on Gotham?
Crazy part is,
Clearing
the killing part he probably did it
and
himself.
me.
Maybe that Joker guy, he's a real dick.
Shut up. Now tell your men to back off.
Things be chill, dogs. Me and the homie are gonna throw back and talk shit, you dig?
What?
You, want some wine, Dracula?
I-
Or are you just going to
You
stare
just call him
at me?
Dracula.
Why did you bring Jason back?
Oh yeah, bad.
Anyone ever told
Oh
you
wow,
your
that's
bedside manner sucks?
they're actually very similar.
daughter didn't
Batman,
seem
Dracula, huh?
Well, aren't we catty today?
Oh, my lord, it's Damien. He found the weapons room again.
Oh, not the swords.
I'm afraid so, sir. He's already maimed 7 of us.
Oh, well, don't just stand there. Go stop him. It's already way past his bedtime.
He has a bedtime?
Oh, yes, sir.
I mean, compared to him, everyone's
None
kind
of
of
your
young.
pointy-eared business, detective. Frankly, if you took better care of your kids, we wouldn't be in this mess.
What?
He's not wrong.
Why bring back your greatest failure and have him piss all over your city, you ask? Well, gee willikers, let's think about that one. Maybe because you bone-rammed my daughter and I hate you. How's that?
1, it was her idea. And 2, answer the f***ing question now.
I mean, he's not wrong either.
Okay, how
Oh,
about
yes,
some
he is, but
jokes
differently.
then? Knock, knock.
Who's this?
Your parents are dead. And frankly, no one gives a...
Okay, to be fair, that is the correct answer to that
No,
question.
would you stop that?
No.
From now on, I'm keeping a close watch on you. If you make
He even put the
I'll know it.
bruises.
If you make a phone call, I'll hear it. If you sneeze, I'll bring a hanky and punch you in the face with it. Got the picture, Jafar?
That's it, I'm getting a makeover. Maybe a mustache.
It's probably
Yeah,
the
those are
goatee.
trending again. Oh, he's still doing that.
Yeah, he
Yes,
is.
Sir. We lost 12 men. I can't see out of my left eye anymore, and I'm pretty sure I got some internal bleeding going on in my stomach, but the boy has finally gone to bed, and
Yes, whatever. Now prepare my jet for Type A and have my hairdresser come on board.
He has a
Yes, sir.
hairdresser? That's
oh,
intentional?
please call an ambulance.
I'm more impressed it's intentional. Also, more of an aside to the original show. I love the design on his little hideout? House? Whatever that is. On top of the... I'm going with, pillar? Sure, let's go with that. There's a word for
Young
it.
Justice, bitches.
But I only know the American variant, which is a plateau. I'm not sure where he's at. That actually is what they call it. Yeah, whatever. Looks beautiful. I love how sassy those two were together. I'm also very surprised at just how modern Ra's al Ghul has taken this Abridged. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's awesome. That's just not what I was expecting. Probably why I like it. Boom
Sorry
tubes.
I'm late, John.
Frankly, I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. On Mars, it is protocol to undergo psychological evaluation before being put in the field. And I speak of adults, let alone children.
In my experience, there's some doors you just don't want to open.
I'm not talking about you, Bruce. You frighten me.
Examining them.
Why? You want to do it? If you're asking, I'm saying no.
We're men, John. We don't talk about our feelings.
Which is why I gave the job to Dinah. Aha.
I love this guy. I mean, he's probably the sanest one there.
No, I go watch Star Wars now.
Well,
Smart
that
man.
is expected.
Good evening, Gotham City. This is Kat Grant reporting live outside Taipei Peace Summit, where both parties eagerly await a newly appointed middleman to oversee the peace treaty between the two nations.
I'm not even touching this
Speculations
one.
about the mystery guest have ranged from Alec Baldwin to Superman. The
Oh,
latter
no.
which did try to get invited, but thankfully the UN knew better.
Superman, what do you say to
Why
the
do they have him
allegations that the US has
speaking?
been dropping flaming excrement wrapped in American flags throughout the Canadian provinces?
I will not apologize for art.
Wait, what?
It was a gift. Okay, an
Oh my
artistic
God.
expression of goodwill towards our good-for-nothing neighbors in the north.
Yeah.
Bacon and
Flaming
health
Canada-
care and their
what?
make-out parties.
What are you talking about?
Look, if President Mufasa,
Obama.
whatever, decides to launch a preemptive strike at a nation that has done nothing to threaten the interests of our own, then that's my right as an American.
Do you even listen to yourself
No.
anymore?
No more questions, Lois.
That was oh, of course it
This
was
is Red
Lois.
Arrow calling Black Cod. Come in, Black Cod.
Now I know you didn't just call me that.
Fine, I'm glad it is. But you should never switch codenames in the middle of a mission. If anyone were listening in, they could discover your true identity and...
And what? Develop gills and swim into the deepest part of the Atlantic, all the way to my pineapple house and send me sleeping with the fishes?
Do you really
Give
live
him
in
a pineapple house.
fantasy?
I don't know. Do you really have a boxing glove arrow?
Ollie told you, didn't he?
The man likes to talk when drunk.
He actually
which is-
what?
Time, yeah. Just give me the fucking data on Cheshire.
You sure
He
she's
has a
even
what?
there?
That's what my snitch said. Right before I gave him
I'm pretty sure he said
snitch for
possum
snitching.
glove
This is
arrow.
why I'm your only friend. Data set.
Copy. And for the record, I like to work alone. There's a difference.
What was that?
Doesn't really work when you're working with someone right now.
Oh, Aqualad, can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Alcolad can't come to the phone right now. How can I help you, Mr. Harper?
Who the hell is this?
Someone who's been following your career as of late. Hell,
And with a really bad voice
Listen,
synthesizer.
pal, I don't chit-chat with every wannabe supervillain that gives me a call.
Odd
so just tell me
freeze
how you
frame there.
hack this signal, and maybe we can get the thigh stabbing over with early.
Thigh stabbing?
is something of a specialty for me and members of
Must be missing a reference.
There are maybe 10 people who know about this signal, and they all wear tights.
Oh, I'm sure you could put two and two together, Harper. But we'll talk later. Your date's here.
Target located.
Catch you later, killer. Bye.
Whatever.
Is he
I'm
flirting
never
at the
as
end?
weird as Ollie drunk calling me.
Okay,
Thank
not
you,
gonna lie,
Batman.
that's actually cool.
Thank you for not plastering Batbow on it.
And now a limo is
Wait
approaching.
for it.
Oh God, I hope it's Tom Hiddleston. I love me the Hiddles. Or Eggs Benedict Cumbersnatch.
So, British, basically. Okay, Roy, be cool. She's gonna make her move any moment now, so wait for it. Wait for a
Is that a freaking
rocket
RPG?
launcher? What the hell kind of ninjas are these? I was expecting like a blow dart or something.
I mean, it
Fine.
works.
Let's see how good her aim is.
I mean, this close doesn't really matter.
Okay.
They put the translation for the actual English.
Oh no, you don't! Too slow!
They are flirting.
Oh, hi, officers. Is this about the missile?
My legs! The damn missile took my legs!
Oh my God, Kenny, you fat. You
They
better
have a My
have that
Legs
on
guy.
camera.
Cat, we're still live.
She was recording the
Well,
entire
folks,
time.
It looks like the assassination attempt on our mystery guest has been stopped.
Lex
who
Luthor?
turned out to be.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lex Luthor, and I love hugs.
Okay, Megan. I think it's time we had to talk about this obsession you seem to have with that TV show.
No. We're going to talk about that. I don't usually pause to say it, but I'm Lex Luthor and I love hugs. I mean, I know he's supposed to be Superman's opposite. In this version, Superman is apparently throwing flaming shit or flag-wrapped shit at Canada. Still working my head around that one. But just, okay, one, the audio effect of just having a drown it going, I don't do music sound effects well, but that little effect where the music just kind of slurs off at the end, right as he comes out, it's like, oh, wow, they stopped the assassination of the guy who obviously wasn't just setting up the assassination plot on himself to make himself look good. Definitely not. I mean, it's Luthor. But just... I'm honestly not sure which way they're going with this because, one, technically I've seen him before because he was briefly in the Doom video, like Justice League Doom. He was kind of in the first seconds of it. Very minor role, oddly enough. And then they went into this, which is, I don't know if they're going to go with a nice Luthor who's actually right, because the current Superman is a justification for canon Luthor, which is basically a slightly nicer variant of Injustice Superman. I say slightly because that one still wanted to do the right thing originally, where this one's funny. But just, I love hugs. I'll work my head around that one later. It needed to say something. It needed to be said.
I mean, hello, Megan?
Yeah. Explain it to me.
Well, ever since I was a little girl, all I could think of was coming to Earth and being Megan. She was my role model. Someone I could look up to, you know? Just an ordinary girl trying to do her best, not caring what other people thought of her.
Is her accent changing as she
just
speaks?
Tried to make everyone happy.
Megan, that character is a negative female stereotype, and I personally find her annoying as hell.
But she's really cute.
And fictional.
But she's real to me. She's an example of a good person, an admirable person.
See, the thing is, that's an actual valid approach to emulation.
Because she was a product of her time. I know that. This may not be the healthiest of things.
No.
But she was all I had. And I want to be happy. Like her.
Also, knowing just enough about her backstory, it's kind of screwed up,
They
so...
may not like it, but they don't have to. Only I get to decide who I am. Also Sailor Moon. I love that show.
It's actually not bad, but...
Hey.
Yeah. But hey, you want to bake some cookies with me?
Alright, whatever. But if you start tap dancing on the table, don't say I didn't try to help.
I remember the last
My
time she was cooking
friends,
cookies.
Please let the redhead go.
I don't need your charity, Mr. Clean.
Oh, son, do you really want to spend
How
the
have I
night
never
with
thought of
Korean
that?
prison? Do you know what they do to gingers in there?
Do you know what I do to criminals in general?
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
Oh, respect, bro. Major diss.
Just so we're clear, I could have broken out of prison easy. I don't know you a damn thing. So why don't you make like your hair and disappear?
You are so energetic, and I think that's
He's
great.
so nice.
Good for you.
You're weird.
Yes.
I'm so... Here's the deal, Mr. Harper. As you saw earlier, the League of Shadows is gunning for me, and well, that sucks.
Little tick
So you
mark.
want to be a hero? Then save my billion-dollar ass from the rocket launcher-wielding ninjas, or I'll rip your eyes out through your anal cavity, motherfucker.
Did you just threaten me?
No, I never do that. So what do you say? Think
He's
you can
making a
handle it?
promise.
Take a direction.
I actually like this take on Luthor.
Oh, it's like a game. I love that.
He's
okay,
base.
okay,
oh
let's
god,
see.
they're not making him an opposite of Superman. They're
75
making him a
degrees
compliment.
And...
Wait for it.
Wow-wee! You are so hired.
What was that?
Telling yourself that.
So after this whole assassin's business is done, how about we hang out? Oh, we can hit up that arcade and just dance Revolution the night away.
I want them to edit that in. Make it a thing. Someone.
I don't socialize with scumbags.
Good, because
Well, you socialized with
we are gonna
Superman
get along
briefly,
so
so...
well, I just know it. Keep me updated, son. Duty calls. Hey, everyone, who wants a hug?
I don't know.
Oh god, the hug thing's actually real.
Well, I had a pretty normal childhood. I had an older sister that used to rip on me, and a mother who couldn't wait for me to hit puberty. My dad kept calling it booberty. And, I'm still kind of waiting on that.
Uh-huh. And how does that make you feel?
Feels fine. I mean, I know he gets a lot of flack for killing people and being a whole supervillain and all that, but he's actually very supportive.
Seriously?
Love, I've only ever wanted what's best for you.
Oh, that's her
You know
dad.
what's best
Oh.
for you more than I ever could. I want you to be happy, right? Make yourself happy, my little girl.
He actually is very supportive.
Okay, go on. I'll probably cry too.
Okay, then moving on. Now tell me about...
I like how the fact that he's a supportive father and actually very good at it is freaking her out a bit.
A cute dickhead.
You gotta be a lot more specific.
Nonetheless.
Preaching to the choir, sister. Speaking of which, Ali is making dinner right now if you want to grab some.
Sure. What's he cooking?
Knowing him, probably craft it.
No. Never mind, forget it. I gotta go, thanks, bye.
Oh, yeah, because the sister did a year's supply of craft.
How's Korean prison?
Because the mom also sucked.
Yeah.
Also, it's funny where she speaks Japanese a lot, but when she's in English, it's actually a pretty straightforward, almost British accent.
Yeah, okay, you can drop the anime talk. You're an American Vietnamese speaking Japanese in a Korean prison while doing Tai Chi, which, correct me if I'm wrong,
Chinese, right?
is freaking Chinese. I mean, come on, identity crisis much?
In other words, she's doing it to dick people
Looks
over.
like that tongue is as sharp as your arrows. I wonder what else you got that's sharp.
That's not really sexual innuendo.
Say how very impressed I am at you taking me down all by yourself.
Did her hair just become less fluffy?
Those big and strong arms.
Well, you know, I lift.
Come here.
I'm in it for the justice. I'm in it for the justice. I'm in
No,
it for the
you're
justice.
not.
Eyes above the neckline.
So, how about it? Is the sidekick finally ready to become a man?
What's that beeping sound?
Only if I get to keep the mask on.
You might as well. Makes no difference to the bomb.
Bomb?
Boom.
Boy, do you have any idea what time it is? You should be in bed, young lady, not out playing with that fuck.
Oh my god! Can you not embarrass me for one night, Dad?
I love him already. He's like super. Oh god, he's basically the super dad. Really strong bars not to break when there's an explosion.
Is that
What is that
following
music?
us?
Okay, now
I
you're
literally have no
just
idea.
impressing yourself, Asian.
You're calling me a gaijin? Sheer balls on you, lady.
Fly this mechanical contraption or say goodbye to your nevers, mate. Quicker, 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 quicker.
I'm still coming for you, Cheshire. You hear me? Any move you make, any breath you take, I'll be watching you.
Really?
You.
I think we're moving too fast. How about you give me some space?
Ollie, don't fail me now.
That's.
What is this? Jello made of vodka? Damn it, Ollie, you sick man. Only you would think of making a drink into a fucking parachute.
Is it a? I'm not even going. No.
Why not?
JT. Sure. Also, flip phones. Okay, there's a lot to say about this episode, but the one thing I have to say isn't actually about the abridged, it's about the original source material, and that is, how old is this episode that they put a flip phone in as the hero technology aspect? I mean, is it just that old, or is that an intentional anachronism? I'm actually a little curious, and I would like if someone could maybe tell me down below, because even though I know I'll get to the next video and put it out and record it before I actually release it again, but if anyone else, I'm actually really curious, because that's a little interesting aspect. You don't really see intentionally anachronistic things that would not fit it with a timeline, but are actually technologically advanced, but they're not. It's just, it's kind of amusing to me. That said, I kind of thought that Cheshire was a little out there with how she was doing the one accent when she was English, but speaking Japanese, and she's like, what is she doing there? And then, Red Arrow explicitly calls her out. Yeah, you are a giant pile of what the heck. Like, those are, for anyone who's not actually aware, those are very Korean, Japanese, Vietnamese, and Chinese are very different cultures. And through a good bit of history, not exactly okay. There's tension. It's kind of like saying, hey, you're Canadian, you're Mexican, and everyone else is from Puerto Rico. Specifically Puerto Rico. I don't know why Puerto Rico, but I just felt like that would be the part you have to say there. Yeah. They're different cultures. Well, minus the parts that aren't, but we're going to ignore those parts. Well, except for the parts that are. Also going to ignore those. Okay, it's actually a terrible reference. I'm not even going to pretend I made that one. But just, he made a really good point, and I'm kind of wondering how much of that carried over to canon, and they're just calling it out now, as opposed to their own creation they're calling out, which would count more as lampshading, which I'm actually okay with. What I'm basically trying to say is, I enjoyed how they're characterizing her. Because now that she's actually having serious moments, it's fun because you can tell how much it was an act. And by act, I mean literally everything until her dad dropped in and she almost took on the New Yorker accent because he was going over the top Australian and she's just pissed. It's like, oh, can you not embarrass me for 5 minutes? It's like, oh, yep, nope, they're family. And how he's actually a very good father. I was not expecting that. I mean, I looked at the mask, I was like, oh, hey, it's the Jason ripoff. I know technically it's Sportsmaster. A lot of different portrayals of him. I'm pretty sure it's Sportmaster, whatever. But just the speech he gave on the couch, or at least the mental remembrance of it, and it's like, wow, he's a very supportive father who's saying the exactly right thing to get a good message across, and why is he a villain again? I mean, seriously, the League should just hire him as a worker at least to be their therapist. It'd probably be less conflicting. Actually, that, at least on this variant, that's actually a smart idea. I mean, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing to edit it in. Also, and just because it needs to be said, Red Arrow blushing. I mean, I can't say I'm disagreeing with it, and he's not wrong. But just like, I'm in for the justice. I'm in for the justice. No, you are not. I remember that breakout scene. Not in it for the justice anymore. Also, I can see why he likes to work alone. It seems to work well for him. Minus the saving Luthor part. Yeah, I'm sure that won't backfire at all. Or that Luthor's actually as friendly as he seems. I mean, he's still an evil villain douchebag, but he's actually a really friendly one. I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted on that. So all the same, everyone. You guys know the drill. Link below, original video. You've already hit it up? Great! I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.